Hello and welcome back to Thorncraft 4. Now in the first episode you may recall I kind of went through a very recent version of Thorncraft 4. I did it on the TPPI and there were multiple tabs here. But now what I want to do, and I kind of just did a very generic overview, I didn't actually do anything that I wanted to do. It's actually similar to the way I did Thorncraft 3 in the first part of Thorncraft 3. I simply just went to a barrow and yeah, and then in the second part I actually did the basic stuff. So I'm going to do the similar sort of idea here. Basically, the way that it's all going to work, let's just I'll get well, I've actually got quite a lot of the stuff I need here, so I may as well just leave it. Basically, what you first want to do is you want to make the iron capped wand, which is this item here, the iron capped wooden wand. Let's change the weather here. And yeah, so once you make that wand, what you then want to do is you want to get a bookshelf, and similar again to the way that Thorncraft 3 was. You get the bookshelf, and then you just simply right click. This is all. It's just a stick and iron nuggets, and then once you click on it, it will turn into the Thormonomicon. Okay. Then what you want to do is all around the world there's these fire, water, earth, order, and entropy infused stone. I believe fire sort of corresponds to ignis, water I suppose aqua, earth is terra, order is ordo, and which was, wait a minute, yeah, air. So that'll be air, or ignis, aqua, terra, ordo, and perditio. So they're the sort of six primal sort of primal aspects. That's what they're known as. You see, you notice that when I've got this, you've got the iron wand out. You can see if I press shift here, you can see how much I've got of each of the different elements. So there's 25 air, 1 in terra, 25 in ignis, 25 in aqua, 22 in ordo, and then 25 in perditio. Right, so yeah, so that's what that is anyway. Now what you then need to do is once from all those shards you get all the sorry, from the infused stone you get these shards, and from the shards you can then make a thermometer, which is a key item. So we look at the recipe, just all the shards and then glass, and then what you basically do is you get sort of different items. So say we've got some coal here. Let's turn that off. So we've got some coal down here, and then if we look at it through the thermometer, we can see we get various different research points. Now you can see I've got ignis, but I've also got potentia and saxum. And the reason I've got those is because I've actually already researched them. So if you look at the Thormonomicon, one of the kind of interesting things to look at here is this aspects of magic section here. So like I mentioned, they're the 6 aspects corresponding to the infused stone. Simple one you get is say Victus with terra and aqua. So so they're primary aspects that you've then made so into a secondary aspect. Everything's stored in V, and yeah, and also I'm not quite sure if it works in this version. No, it doesn't work in this version because this is quite an old version I'm using. But I just wanted to use an old version just to. It's just because I suppose it's not really a problem really. But you can see what I've done is I've managed to and these things actually are dynamic. When I'm hovering over it, this is changing. So you can see I got yeah, it's interesting that. But basically the point is at this stage anyway, I'm not going to go into that, but the point is, as you can see, there's a primal aspects, but then say something like Gellum here is aqua and ordo. So I've mixed them together. Now there are ways to actually get there's 2 different ways to get that. One, you can use the thermometer and research something, and it might unlock that new aspect. Or the secondary way is to go to the scribing table, which Yeah, so basically you need scribing tools. You need scribing tools and the table to get into the scribing table. This is the scribing table. And basically what you can do is you can create more of the different aspects. So say we had, so let's look at one of the recipes. Say we wanted to get, say we wanted to get more Gellum for whatever reason. We would need Aqua and Ordo. So we would take the Aqua and we take the Ordo, and we press this button here, which is glowing at the moment, and then we could see that the wherever Gellum is, where's Gellum? There it is. Yeah, it's a big block, isn't it? Yeah, you can see that's gone up to 3, and you can see it's gone up to 4, and the other two are going to be are going to go down. Now, one of the other ways to get a now, one of the things as well is that if you have the scribing tools and paper in your inventory, there's a possibility you can get a clue for research. So that's something that you want to keep in your inventory the whole time. And you can see once you get research, it looks like this. It's discovery. So, for instance, I've already done the one for Nitor, and I've done one for the wand foci as well. Yeah. Now, if you look at, say, you look at an aura node, I've got some aura nodes here. You can see they've got various different aspects on them, and you can see what I can do is I can basically just get the aspects here. You can see there's my Terra going up. So I'm filling up the wand with all these different aspects. You don't actually get points from that though. You actually have to research new stuff to get points, or you research a new node to get points. There's another way it works. But yeah, then there's also the this research table. So we could see if we've got anything with magic. So there's something with magic, and it's the magic tallow. And what happens is if you put the magic in there, it will actually show you where one of the runes is, and you want to connect the glowing rune to the glowing magic rune. So if I take this away, we have to make it inactive to get it over. So assuming that was the only one that was in there, I'd then be able to get that. But I need to get a bit more magic, so I'll just grab myself a potion. And it doesn't matter which one I've got because I haven't done most of them yet. And we'll throw it on the ground. And we'll research it. So we've got a few more there. And you can see that, oh, there we go, I've researched magic tallow. And then I just take the research out. And it works like this, but some of them will require more. And the idea is you're not really supposed to have more than one. Yeah, you can have multiple aspects. You see doing this. So you can see I've got the tallow, and you can make candles with this. So yeah, the crucible, incidentally, is just a cauldron that you right click a cauldron with the wand. Oh, I've got one here, and that changes it. You see. And the arcane work table, I can make the candles with that. The arcane work table is, which page is it on? So there's my wand. See, this is the basic wand. All other ones require the arcane workbench and will cost V to construct. So that was how I made the iron cap and the iron capped wand. So you don't want to use this. This is a shit one, basically. I actually unlocked this, the wand foci. So yeah, so I think I might be able to do that. Yeah, so I could possibly make this, and I can make a different foci, and then there's a thing for the foci somewhere. Change one focus is F. Yeah, but my wand is too shit, so I can't do that at the moment. And yeah, what else is there? I don't know. There's not a huge amount else to talk about. Knowledge fragments. There's the shards. Yeah, when you drain a node, there's different types of nodes. You can't drain it completely, or you need to get some back. Node normally has primal, but can contain compound aspects. So there's the research table. That was just 2 tables, which is like that. Yeah. And it can, yeah, and so yeah, so if you've got a table, that's how you do it. I've probably got one out here, haven't I? I'll not put one anywhere here. No, I guess not. No, I've got them here anyway. So yeah, you can use the wand on it, and that will convert it over, and it puts it straight in. And you can see now it's coming up with what my scores were for all the different aspects. So possibly I could actually do that wand thing. I wonder if I can do it now. So there's a thermometer. So I wanted to get the wand, didn't I? So I've got the wand foci. That was what I just did. That was a more difficult one to get, the wand foci. So I need 20 Ignis and then 10 Perditio. So I need I need nether quartz, and I need a fire charge. I guess at this stage I can just get rid of the whole lot here. What am I doing with the rain? I'll just get rid of some of this stuff, I guess. So we take the nether quartz and the fire charge. And what was the recipe again? Okay. Let me put those in. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how this works, to be honest, but oh, bollocks. Well, it probably still won't work. It might do, you never know. Oh, it did work. And you can see I've got enough stuff in here, so it should be fine. And it will probably drain the wand. So we look at the wand now. Yeah, you can see it's been drained. And I don't think I can wield it, can I? Oh, I can. Look at that. Oh shit! Oh well, you lived, Volley Turret. Well done. Yeah, I don't want to destroy this base here. So yeah, there's so yeah, that's sort of the basics. And like I say, the research stuff is kind of basically the only thing really to note in the research stuff. Everything just has to be close to each other. If everything is like miles apart, there's a very good chance that there's not enough. To be honest, the research thing, I thought it was more difficult than it actually was. It looked a bit complicated. Like, but say if we look at another research one, Like something like this, one focus excavation. You can see these. The glowing one is the active. The other three are inactive. When you can see these runes. So what you basically have to do, just to clarify this, is you have to make the glowing one connect to all the other ones, and it has to be in a straight line. There's going to be nothing in the way. What you can do is sometimes when you click on one, it will just tell you that's not there. So for instance, you see the X appears, and sometimes I may not be able to get it, to be honest, but sometimes you get a little this little thing like a little red herring thing. No, well I can't. Well, yeah, sometimes you get a little thing which basically means a red herring, but it actually removes some of the runes. However, you can basically move around everything that isn't active. So what you'd have to do here, for instance, to make any of these to begin it anyway, at least, what you would have to do is you'd have to deactivate it and then move them all. So you'd have to do something like this, and then something like this. I think that can it move? No, well, I can't remember if it can move. Yeah, you see, it can do that, for instance, and that will start it off. But move this one over here, and it doesn't connect because it's more than one away. So basically, as you can see, there's a long distance for it to travel, which basically means that for this item, the one focus excavation, it means there's going to be a lot of different aspects. And like I say, you get them from the aura nodes. You can blend together aspects to get more of a different aspect that you want. But everything, of course, does come from the primal aspects. And it just continues on from there. All right, then. That's all. That's enough for now. So thanks for watching. Okay, so what I want to do now is create a sorting system. And you'll recall we had the purification chamber, the crusher, the enrichment chamber, and the energized smelter. So let's go into recipe mode. I think we might be able to see them anyway. So what we want to do is we want to get some copper ore and make it into a copper clump. And then we want to get that copper clump. We can find the copper clump, that is. Make dirty copper dust. And then we want to get the dirty copper dust. To make copper dust. And then we want to cook the copper dust. Okay, so what I've got here is a selection of factories. These are elite factories, which are the best factories. And essentially, they're very, very similar to the block itself. They're kind of just upgrades of each of these blocks, the different factories. What they do is they allow either 3 processes to happen simultaneously. For a basic one, for an advanced one, it's 5 processes to happen simultaneously, and for an elite one, it's 7 processes to happen simultaneously. So, like I mentioned earlier, I want to create a sorting system. So, and the aim is to basically have a lot of copper ore. You can see I've got a couple of different types of copper ore here. I've also turned the ore dictionary on here for reasons that I'll get to in a moment. So, yeah. I'm not going to look at the combiner yet, but that would be an interesting one to look at, and I could potentially add that to what I'm going to do right about now. So, and there's also the osmium compressor. They're the 6 machines that are in our mechanism. They each have their own factories, but I'm just going to be focusing on these 4 because it's what I actually started the episode with, of course. Okay, so we're going to need that. We've got a chest here. We've got this logistical sorter, and we've got the logistical transporter. So everything's going to start off in a chest, and everything's actually going to return to the same chest. So yeah, so I could use a bigger chest, but there's not that much point because I'm not. It's mainly a demonstration sort of thing. So I put the logistical sorter. So that's going to pull items out of this chest. Then what I want to do is I want to. We've got 4 things here, so. Do these pipes connect up? They do. So that's not ideal. I'll do it quicker. Not much from the looks of it. Alright, so I'm going to put... I'll put that one there, this one here, and that one there. Okay, so they're going to be the 4 machines that we're going to have. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this is the purification factory. It says Elite Factory, but it is but I've got these in order at the moment. So then we've got the crusher, enrichment, and finally smelting. So we should be able to increase the ore output. And then what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to route everything back to the chest here. So it will come out the back here. And we should actually just be able to do it like this. That's what I'm hoping anyway. We can't go straight down that line that's going to connect. We can go around here though. So that's going to be... so that's basically going to be all the cabling for the system. So if we just check the machines, so I have got them correct. Purifying, crushing, enriching, smelting. Okay, that's good. So what we want to do is first of all we want to make sure that we've got copper ore. I will of course have to use these energy cubes as well to put power into the machines. I'll do that right at the end though. I want to actually set everything up first. So what we're going to want is we're going to want copper ore to go from here through the sorter, and we're going to want at the first stage we're going to want the copper ore to go into this Elite Factory. So what we need to do is we need to look at the interface of the logistical sorter. Okay, so we could do with adding something to the ore dictionary, because we've got this ore copper here. So we go to the ore dictionary and we type in ore copper. We'll tick that. And we can see it's scrolling through all the different types of ore copper. This slot underneath is going to allow us to choose where we want this to go. So the first one is dark blue. Okay, so we're going to save that to dark blue. So any type of copper that I put in here is going to go to dark blue. Okay, so it's going to go in there and it's going to go to dark blue. So this is going to be dark blue. So if we go to the configuration here, what we're dealing with is we're looking at the front face of this Elite Factory. So if we look at, so we've got the top, the bottom, left and right. The front face is going to be this one. So that's going to be dark blue. Let's just clear those. So we want strict input of dark blue. So anything that is tagged in a dark blue box is going to need to go in here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is, so the front of it is going to be dark red, and the back is going to be dark blue. So the front, is going to be this one, and the back is going to be that one. Okay, so we don't need to auto eject, and we can leave the output to none, because we don't actually need to tag them, because it's not actually going to come in. It's not going to come. It's not. Nothing's going to try to. It's not going to come out here and then try and go into this one or something. That's not how it's going to work. Okay. All right. So that's done, and that's basically how we want it. So after that. So what's going to happen then? Well, if we just go back and check here with the copper, we're going to get these copper clumps, which are over here. Okay, now we're in cheat mode already. Good. So copper clumps. Now copper clumps, there's only one copper clump, so we don't actually need to use the ore dictionary for this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the logistical sorter, and we're going to put in, we'll go to item stack here, and we'll put in the copper clumps. There we go. And the copper clumps, we're not going to want to go to dark blue. We're going to want them to go to dark green. Okay. So you can see we use the all dictionary just to get all the types of copper, but by this stage we don't need to worry about that. So we're going to just go for the copper clumps going to dark green. Okay, so the top copper clumps are going to go in here. We want them to go to the front again. So let's make that dark green so it knows where to go. Okay, so it's going to know where to go, dark green. If we just look at the interface, you can see we've got the same thing, dark red and dark blue. So we'll make the front dark red. We'll make that dark blue. And we'll put the strict input on there as well. And once again, what should happen, hopefully anyway, is that it's going to come out the back there, and it's all going to just go back to the chest. All right. So the copper clumps, they make they're going to make a dirty copper dust, I think. Yeah, they make dirty copper clump. I'm pretty sure they do. I'll just find it actually. Okay, dirty copper dust. Good. All right. So, okay. So then, what we want to do is we're going to go back to the sorter, and we want to add that. Let's get that dirty copper dust there. All right, then we want to do another item stack, and we want to add the dirty copper dust. If I can just, there we go. And this dark blue, dark green, dark aqua. So we'll do dark aqua for this one. So all the dirty copper dust is going to go to dark aqua. So there's that set up. So then what we want to do is we're going to go to our elite factory of the enrichment chamber, and we're going to have dark aqua here. Okay, so let's just clear those again. Okay, let's just check the interface again. Yep, it's the same thing. So we can do the dark red and dark blue, and we'll keep the input strict. Okay, so that is going to go. That should go back as well there. Okay, so what happens with the dirty copper dust here? So the dirty copper dust goes into copper dust. So at that stage, it's time to smelt. So copper dust. Okay, so this should be the final one that we have to do. Assuming, of course, I've done this correctly. So we'll put the put the copper dust here. Dark blue, dark green, dark aqua, dark red. So we'll put the dark red there. Okay, so that's going to go to dark red. So there we are. There's the one all dictionary filter, the item filters as well, 3 item filters. So that's dark red. So this one, we'll put dark red here. Let's clear these away. Again, let's have a look at the interface. Again, it's the same. So dark red there. And there we are, dark blue. Strict input. Okay, so that should return ingots to the chest. And when it gets to ingots, we're not actually going to need those. So it would be easy just to put them somewhere else. So with that in mind, let's see if it works. So I'll get my configurator, and we're going to see if this works. I guess I don't want it to... Is it going to connect? Yeah, it will connect a little bit. I don't really want that though. So let's not do that. Let's just put the thing right on top. So let's use the configurator. Just make sure it's... You should be able to actually see from this position. There we go. Well, I haven't actually put anything in the chest yet, so I need to be too alarmed yet. I mean, I feel like I've set it up correctly, but we'll have to see. Okay. So we're going to start with a couple of stacks of this. And let's see what happens. Well, I took both stacks immediately. So what we can do is we can use this button to spread the load a little. And that will help things go a bit faster at this point. It isn't actually operating though, unfortunately. Huh. So maybe it doesn't know where to go. So what I could try doing is putting, say, put this as purple, and then setting the output here to purple. Is that going to make any difference? Doesn't look like it, does it? Seems to have power though. I feel like that was correct though. That's the front, top, bottom, left, right. Oh, wait a minute. I know what's wrong. That's the answer. Alright, so I'm going to have to change this around a bit. Yeah, so this is the top. This is the... No, that isn't correct actually, is it? So we just look at it again. This is the front. And that's the back. Yeah, it should just be the front and back here. That is the recipe for it, isn't it? Oh, of course. No, everything was completely correct, actually. That was the only thing I forgot. Alright, that was actually a very stupid thing to forget there. Alright, I don't even need this purple thing here either. Let's change that to none. Alright, so here we go then. So the copper clumps are going here. They're being tagged with green. So they're becoming dirty copper dust. That's still staying there though. So there may have been more problems. So how did I change this then? Alright, let's turn these on, these auto eject on then. What is this one? Alright, so that's good. Okay, now let's speed it up. So it does, yeah, so like I say, I had a couple of problems. The one is that I hadn't put in flint, and the second one was that I should have put auto eject in, because otherwise they were just staying in there. But apart from that, this is a fairly good setup, I think. Because the advantage with this setup, of course, is that you can put anything in this logistical sorter, and as long as it takes these machines here, it's fine. What I could also do is I could put the other machines here, and this pipe here will always be going back to the chest. So let's crank up the pace now. Sounds like a didgeridoo, I think. It's interesting. A lot of them, makes a shitload of noise, but there you go. You can see, really see it motoring now. It looks really cool. Okay, so that's going to be about as fast as I can make it go. And you can see at these points there's nothing ever trying to go into the pipes. And it's not because I've got the output slot. I think these might have run out of power. Oh no, that's just it. Interesting. I wonder why those didn't go. It's probably because I shouldn't have changed it right in the middle of what it was doing. Or maybe it's because the first stack. Was it the first stack? Well, I think I'm going to leave it there. I mean, it was a fairly successful operation. But yeah, until next time anyway, thanks for watching. Hello and welcome to MFFS. This is the Clavier edition, so it's not the same as the regular MFFS. I've done a video on that many months ago. So yeah. So the first thing you're going to build is one of these. It's coercion deriver. This is the way you're going to get the energy. You can get energy from EU, from MJ, or indeed just from UE as well. I've just gone for this. It's gone from ME. The ME right in front of me on the left there. It's got some energy in it. So I'll plop it down there. And you can see it's red. That means it's off. So default state is off. If you want to turn it on, you can see it's getting some energy here from this MFE that I've got plugged in there. Let's change the mode now. You can see it's going back down. And this one was empty. It's filling this one up. So, yeah. So derive and integrate is obviously fairly straightforward. What's going on there? You can, I didn't get any of that. You can get some more speed from it with, accelerate reaction or whatever. Yeah, it was quite hard to see that. So we'll just get rid of it. Let's have a look now how quickly it will fill up. So it's filling up very, very fast. Okay. You can also see here we've got frequency. So we can set our frequency to whatever we want. We'll leave it on 0, I guess. If we get a frequency card, shift right click on it, frequency set to 0. So what this means is, yeah, the lapis will do the same thing, by the way. So what this means, we just put a different frequency in, and then we can see, oh, maybe it doesn't take, well, we'll put in a different numbered frequency. Let's see if that will work. Yeah, that's fine. So, so we can see it's like that. If we shift now and right click, it's going to set it back to 0. So it's cool to have a frequency card to make sure that all the all of these blocks on the network will be the same frequency. So we've got some power here. So next thing we want to look at is how to upgrade what we've got in there. Well, as you can imagine, it's capacity that we need to look at. So that's not the one. But this one, on the other hand, that's the one for the other MSFS. So we go into it, and you can see the capacity starts massively increasing, like so. Yeah, it should be alright there. And it's not going hugely fast, so we can put a speed module in there as well. Well, all 64. It's using a lot of nether cores. Yeah, it didn't seem to make much difference actually, did it? Well, regardless, it's still filling up. Alright, so I've cleared a little area here. Oh, incidentally, if we've got the remote controller like this, we can link it. So we shift right click, and you can see it's linked to position, link the remote to the position. Now if we click in the air, shift right click even, you can see that I'm accessing it remotely. Okay, so what's the next thing? Well, the next thing is Fortune capacitor. As you can tell, the capacitor in its name, it's for storage. So we'll put it down, not too far, just a couple of looks away. You can see default state again, it's off. Look at the interface, see fairly sort of similar interface, and you can see link devices 2. And that's because the frequency is at 0. So they're already linked, so you need to make sure the frequency is the same. So what do we do with this? Well, we can turn it on, and you can see this is going in here. Let's get rid of that. So there's different modes for this. Equalize. So for instance, this is currently 1% well, basically this mode equalize means that the percentage full. So it was, if it was 7, it'd be, 1%. Basically, make sure that the percentage. I mean, I could work it out. It doesn't actually tell you what the actual storage is in here. Well, I suppose it's 350, isn't it? It's constantly getting power, which basically means that's not good. Well, let me just get a wrench. Might be a while. So we need to use speed again. See if we can get this to actually have useful statistics. Let's just search for a module. There's a few more modules we need here. Alright, so the modules we're looking for. Capacity are good. Speed is good. Scale as well, I think. So you can see the range is now increased with scale. So we can use scale, speed, and capacity as well. So now these are both full for Sorry, they're not both full. They're both, so 255, so that's about just under half full. And this is just under half full. So you can see yeah. So it's constantly going to equalize itself. Let's put it back on, I guess. Alright, so you can see they're filling up and they're trying to, sort of maintaining parity in terms of the percentage full. So that's equalised. And now we're going to see spread on basically energy amount. So if that was relative, this is absolute. So we can see this figure is going to be absolutely the same, as you can see. Well, there's no linked machines that it's going to need it. We need a projector for that. And we can fill it all up. So we may as well just fill it all up. This is going to get stuff anyway from... Yeah, it's still alright. Alright, so... see... So everything's going fine with that. That's all fine. So, what's the next thing? Well, next thing is force field projector. So we'll put that. I'll just going to put this I'll put this here, I guess. You can see default state is off. Is that even a straight line? Well, whatever. Alright. It's always best to link the remote controller to this thing. So here we go. We can see the interface here. Let's turn it on. Okay, so it's not what we want because this is filling up, so that's bad. We equalize now. You can see it's not so great. And this button here on the left of this matrix here is context sensitive, depending on the way you place down the block. All right, as you can see, the frequency as well is the same. So what do we want to do with this? Well, we want to make a force field. That's what we want to do. So we'll get a cube thing out, put it in there. So you can see this cone comes out with a rotating cube. So what you need to do with this? Well, you can imagine it's more module stuff. So, well, yeah, probably enough. Translation one's good. Scale, rotation. So typical sort of mathematical translations there. So let's do a scale. How about 4? So there we go. Now keep in mind when you've got no module in there. I'm not going to do that. When you've got nothing in there and you just activate it, you'll get basically 8 blocks around the thing. So you can see what the internal volume of this is. So it'll be 8. Make it smaller. I'll put 2 in. No. Don't fucking push me outside. Oh, you fuck. Oh, we've got death point. There's a remote control, which is very fortunate to get that. Can I even do it though? Yeah, this is what sucks. You can't even fuck. Ah. Well. We can just fucking turn it off. I have to say, the amount of times I've done this, it's just been completely fucked. That's the first time it's not been completely fucked. So that's fortunate, I guess. I don't even get into the fucking menu. Piss off. Oh, I can't even remember how to get into it now. No, of course I can, man. Ooh, the fucking menu for this thing. Yeah, of course it's not in here. Yeah, it probably is. I can't see it though. Well, I guess I don't mind having that skull there. Fucking hell, which button is it? Yeah, I do mind. I don't fucking want it there. Fuck off. Okay. So, like I was saying, very useful to link your force field projector in case things get a bit fucked. So yeah, luckily I was able to resurrect that. Just try not to get stuck this time if I can avoid it. So there's cube mode, and yeah. And you'll see that this goes all the way underneath. There we go, there it is. So that's pretty cool. But what else can you do? Well, fortunately, this episode went okay. So there will be more. Next time, of course. Right, so I'm bedrock now. So I'm going to get this. Yeah, I've never done this before. I was actually looking, it turns out there's actually quite a few portals. There's obviously the Deep Dark, or the Underdark. And there's also a Witchery portal as well. So I may have to look at that in a moment as well. And that's how you go back and forth, okay. Oh. So it doesn't just put you back where you were. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's a horse. Where the hell am I? I can't actually remember where I was. Well, that sucks. I was in Heathland. It's somewhere around this area. Alright. Minus 150 plus 265. So yeah, so this is like I say, now. So yeah, so this is actually a pretty late game item. And it's kind of supposed to be after you've done like Whole of Thorncraft, which I obviously haven't even started yet. So that's interesting. Alright, so we don't want to go up there quite yet. Moonstone, that's very useful. But basically, this thing seems to be able to get everything. Alright. It's got a nice speed to it. I don't want to lose my position here. Alright, so let me just look up nether brick because I really like one of the blocks. Let's see if I can find that really cool looking one. There it is. Well, these ones. Yeah. So I'm going to use this block here. Yeah, so basically this is just a huge area where you can get loads and loads of ore. And it's all bedrock, basically. That's pretty cool. But you know what? I don't want to make this a particularly long episode. So I'm going to head back. That's interesting, that. And what I'm going to do now... I don't know why I'm picking up all this stuff. It's useless. We're going to be looking at that as well soon. What I want to do now is get a certain kind of apple. Now, can I find this thing? Wormy apple. Let me just, it's in Witchery. There's another dimension. So we're going to see if we can find this. Let's just go to it. It might not be called that here. Alright, whatever. So we're looking for this apple. I swear there's an apple here. Is it one of these? Is that the only apple? They're the only ones that look like apples. But I believe one of these can take me to another dimension. There we go. Alright, so I'm just checking out some of the other dimensions, really. Yeah. I don't think I ever did check out the Moo Moo dimension. I certainly didn't check out the Limbo from Dimensional Doors. So there's quite a few different dimensions around. And so yeah, I know obviously this is this is the sort of Thormic Tinker Kami edition video, but I wanted to just almost just make it a little compilation of what other dimensions are around. So I thought that'd be quite an interesting thing to do. This could... I'm going to just put it in normal mode. I believe I know how to get back as well. So this is supposedly a different dimension. Okay. We're going to need to not have that actually quite at the moment. Yeah. So let's see what swords we can get. Because I'm on a TPPI at the moment. Some Greg Tech swords, Forbidden Magic swords. Yeah, I don't think you're going to find the Binding Catalyst. Yeah, there's basic catalysts, aren't there? Because I think I've been looking at a lot of these magic mods for quite a while. Let's have a look at the enchantment list. Something I like to do. So obviously we're going to put sharpness on this. We're just going to leave it there just to have a look at the other ones. Educationally, Parsivore, Capitist. I know Frugal is Thorncraft. I think a lot of them are Thorncraft. I've also seen Flimflam. Flaming Touch. Vampirism. Yeah, some of these might be witchery, because I've seen a bit of that. Let's have a look at chest plates. With that, I do. No, we'll go for helmet actually. Often helmet doesn't get a name change. It's not actually that many. Yeah, oh, interesting. The Blood Magic does that V discount thing as well. Of revealing. Oh, I'm not in. Well. Alright, let's just get some armor then. We'll get some magical crops armor. Yeah. You know, hopefully it'll be good. You never know. Alright, we're going to take these. How's my armor looking? It's looking full. Well, I'm not too confident, so we'll start with easy. Okay, let's go. So yeah, like I said, I'm obviously doing this completely incorrectly, but it's sometimes more... Whoa. It's sometimes more fun just to do everything completely incorrectly. What is this? Maybe I need those ones. I'll keep these ones there for now. Can we drink that? No. I don't get what is different about this though. I guess the dimension IDs is different. Unfortunately, I can't. I think I'm doing something wrong here. Like whenever I do help, I get an error. And it is, I suppose it is TPPI, so everything's a bit different around here. It looks the same though. You get all these Botania flowers. Those guys are trying to spawn. What have we got in here? You've got all the cool Darkcraft stuff from the new beta. Alright, fuck this. Yeah, everything. Alright, let's go again. Let's see if we can find anything apart from these. I'm not quite sure what these guys are supposed to be. And also, there may be a way that you can enter this dimension differently. I haven't researched it that much. What is in Thormic Tinkerer? This, seeing as this is the episode, obviously. Yes, obviously that's what I've been using. Oh yeah, oh, what's happening here? You little bastard! Just taking all my armor. You know what? I got one of you bastards. Fuck it. Spawning rates look fucked. Yeah, see, there's this thing. There we go, I got it. So there's different modes to these things. Oh yeah, that's the thing. With the pickaxe, actually, I do actually know, I know such a tiny amount about this at the moment, but, and like I say, it's not really the place to start, but this thing, the square mode, line mode, no, it's not going to work here. That's line mode. So it is really very powerful. And you can also do block mode, which is just one. Square mode is, I believe it's, yeah, it's a 7x7 area. So even more powerful than the hammer from Tinker's Construct. This world doesn't seem to have much in it there. Let me just grab my armor again. I'm just going to get that armor from Magical Crops again. Yeah, we'll just. I'm not going to dwell too much on which one's the best here, because I haven't even done any of this stuff. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I suppose I should get a jetpack as well, just to get out of here. We'll use the armored jetpack. You watch my mechanism video on the digital miner. I had a look at that on the first episode. Doesn't seem to be much here. Let's spice things up a little. Might get different mobs. It's pretty dark, so you never know. So you can capture their souls, a bit like soul shards, I guess. Maybe. So this is pretty cool. Let me get some torches on the go as well. We'll get some Vintium torches. I like these ones. Alright, so what we can do actually is... this is a very good way actually to look. Oh, what's that? Yeah, that's gravel. Oh, we may as well take this spade. You don't need to do that mod dot thing. Let's get the... yeah, taking that spade. Let's just get rid of some of this fucking cobble. Yeah, I will have that. Thank you very much. Doesn't look like the shovel's got anything on it. What about the axe? You see, this is the one you have to use, the awakened one, I believe. Oh yes, because I've got the jetpack on. What is this stuff? Oh, this is more Greg Tech stuff. Oh shit. Do you mind? I'm dead. I'm back in the overworld. What if I do slash kill now? Well, that was pretty fun. Agriculture. So I want to do some interesting things here. The first thing I want to make is some chocolate. So how are we going to make chocolate? Well, we need sugar and we need cocoa beans. Now you may think you already know how to do these, but because of a lot of the stuff that gets added, this is Horizons 1.0.13. We look at cocoa beans. There's actually some interesting ways to get it. Ender flour, and also this thermal expansion recipe, 25% chance of cocoa beans. That's pretty cool. That's from Ganny's End. Anyway, you get cocoa. Go into this counter. This is the block called the counter, 4037. And put in the cocoa beans. And you put in some sugar. And then you're also going to want a cup of milk here. And a cup of milk is simply made by having a cup with milk and a cup. You just make a clay cup, which is 2 pieces of clay like that. You can also put it in the furnace. Alloy smelter. Really? And that's from Ender IO. Nice. Okay, so then you just place it in. It's quite an interesting operation. You just put it in, and it just turns it into chocolate. That's pretty cool. And then you can get some water, and then there we go. And then you can get this one, the brewer. Yeah, you can't just seem to right click on it. If you go into the interface, you can get in. So let's just get in there. There we go. Oh, you have to click on the top to get in. This is the interface. Oh, it's already there. So we can put, I wonder what we can use as a fuel source. That's an interesting question, isn't it? What can we use as a fuel source? Wow, is that all there is now? Well, I don't know. Put coal in there. And then you can put in chocolate there. Put your water bucket in there. And then what you do is you just get a cup. An empty cup this time. I suppose you're making hot chocolate in, well, putting in milk, don't you? Now I get this out. Doesn't look like you can. Let's get out something else. There we go. Let's put a cup in there. Should I get out? Oh no, it's not going to get out like that. How am I going to get this out? Oh, there we go. So there's some vinegar. What do we do with vinegar? We can use it. Some Harvestcraft stuff. More Harvestcraft stuff. Yeah, it's all Harvestcraft. Alright, doesn't look like I can do much then. Well, now I can get hot chocolate in there. Milk in there. Yeah, this is it, I think. I think that's what I was doing. I always use water for hot chocolate, but oh well. There we go, hot cocoa. What else can we put in there? Let's try putting wheat in there. We need some more water. What was that one? Okay, so water it is. And this time we got beer. Water and wheat makes beer. What are these other blocks we got? We've got some interesting stuff here. Let's just have a little look around. Strawberry plants. So there's some seeds as well. It's chocolate. Let's go for recipes now. Cup of milk, and well, yeah, when it says prepared recipe, all it means is so for instance, if I wanted to make some cheese, I just want a cup of milk and vinegar, which funnily enough, I actually already have. And then I just go back to my counter here. Was it like that? Oh no, the milk's on the left. And there you go, you've got cheese, it just automatically does it. Let me see if I can remember the button to press here. 2 maybe. Yes. Alright, so that's how I made cheese. That's pretty cool. Process recipe. Well, might need a processor for that. Looks like it needs coal though. Process recipe. I can just stick the counter on top of it. Might be able to. Oh no, you just access the top. Oh, I see. Yeah, you don't actually do it like that at all. You just access the top of it. Cup of milk. So what? Cup of milk goes in here? Butter it is. Awesome. Whipped cream. Cup of milk with sugar. dough. So again, we're using the same sort of stuff here. Let's look at dough then. What can you do with dough? Well, what this is telling me is that agriculture and harvestcraft is completely all the stuff is the same, so the recipes are interchangeable basically. Ooh, gelatin. Yeah, I'm not sure that's gonna be an interesting graphic because gelatin is just compressed guts. It's used in sweets. Yeah, I see. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, that's what it is, isn't it? It's not compressed guts. Oh, it's compressed bones. Nice. Well, you know, ceramic plates. Just make cook them from the clay plates and just make clay like that. Sort of pork. What's this? Caramel. Baked recipe, eh? So what else we got then? Well, let's have a look. I just turned off bloody Whaler. Oh no, I think I've... No, it's just turned itself on. Brilliant. Oh, I see. So that's cool, I guess. Let's put this beer in here. Not much. This is all crafting grid. You know what, maybe I should turn on Whaler, because I can't really tell the difference between them. So that's the fryer. What might we need to fry? Oh, we got deluxe hot chocolate as well. So you get the hot cocoa, you put in whipped cream, chocolate, and marshmallows. Marshmallows are gelatin and sugar. Gelatin is the bone meal processed. As I've gone through that process already. Got the oven. These are some of the recipes for these items. Fairly standard. A lot of bricks, salt ore. If you look at salt ore, we can see. If we look at salt in general. That wasn't actually what I was expecting, but interesting nonetheless. But yeah, this is a very, you know, because it's food, I suppose, all interlinked and stuff. Oven. Let's try and look at fried chicken, deep fry recipe. So it actually needs ice. Really? So let's try this with the fryer then, I guess. That is interesting. So we've not got the fryer out. Let's get the fryer out. There it is. Actually, no, we do have one already. Yeah, for some reason they break in one click even with nothing on it. Alright, so let's get... Ooh, interesting. I didn't know that recipe. Coal essence. Yeah, I can use the... that's been quite interesting for me for a while, but anyway. Yeah, coal flakes. And there's the Ender.io stuff. I don't recall this being in here before. Maybe it was. But judging by the glitched out graphics, it probably wasn't. This was though. Okay. So let's get some coal. There it goes. And we're going to use the fryer now. Because we want to make some fried chicken. So there's two types of fried chicken. We need to get breaded chicken to create fried chicken. Breaded chicken is raw chicken with breadcrumbs. And breadcrumbs are created by processing bread. Let's do that. I had it there already, didn't I? Okay. So let's do that. wonder if we can automatically extract this stuff. Let's try it. What do we got here? Item transport. That might do the job. Let's have a look. It's not looking good, is it? Yeah. Let's see what other pipes we've got here. Ooh, these ones I like. Machine magnet pipe. That does. I know for a fact that this shit is not going to work actually. Oh wow, I like the textures. I don't think anything's going to connect to this. I don't think you can automate this process. But then again, that would be kind of surprising. Anyway, so we've got the breadcrumbs and we want to make fried chicken, don't we? So let's look at that. Alright, so to get the breaded chicken, we just do chicken that. That's a regular recipe. Let's just put the fried chicken in the fryer then. The regular chicken in the fryer. Yeah. So it's going to be this breaded chicken. Coal. Can't get it to work. Yeah, the breaded chicken. So how do we get this fried chicken? Really? This is like a crafting grid to me. So all the other ones are... Fuck that then. So there's the counter, there's inventory below, and you saw this is obviously how you make a lot of recipes above. And the oven... Yeah. Let's see what else I can think of here. What's that? The oven rack. Interesting. Candied apple, a few plates, salt, pumpkin cookie dough, chocolate chip cookie, pumpkins, there's the gelatin, bacon, peanuts. Let's do a few more recipes, I guess. Baked. So you need to actually use the plate for some of this stuff. Frozen recipe. Okay, that's the ice box. Ooh. Well, I bet this will be scrolling for a while. Hmm. I did not know that. Well, there's another. Oh, wait, that was 3, so this is 2. So yeah, the icebox should be here as well, yeah. So you can see anyway, there's some pretty cool stuff you can do there. Hello, welcome to Particle Man, part 1. I've never actually seen these before. Oh, they're plane smells. This is actually my spawn. I've spawned right in there. Alright, so it looks like even in the planes, nice to get a plane spawn actually. This is on, 107, so we've got Die Trees, no, this is Project Red. So yeah, Particle Man then. This is pretty interesting. As you can see, I believe this is actually the only item, the Particle Glove. And somehow you'll be able to... Let's try it out on this guy. So we've got the torches here. This is a very weird sort of thing, but... Oh wait a minute, there's an interface now. You see, as I'm actually some... It's pretty powerful. So you hold it down. So I'm holding it down, and now it's accumulating charge. What happens when it gets to the end, I wonder? What's the second row for? Oh. What are the particles? This is pretty cool, actually. Let's see if we can get some particles off this thing. I thought redstone all had particles. Is it not? Oh, we have to stand on it, do you? Yeah. Alright. Let's try and get some of these. There we go. Unfortunately, I can't remember what the third one is. Let me look at the controls for this. Wow, it's actually gone pretty well. Alright, so particle mode is K and I will use. Aha, so we can toggle between the 3 bars here. So this is the redstone one. And it seems if we shift and right click, we get a different effect. Let's go back some of these enemies. Let's try the redstone on them. There they go now. I swear some of those guys were around before. I haven't just changed it to easy, have I? I mean, off way from easy. Where the fuck are they? I thought that was them, but I think that's not. Alright, it must be somewhere around here. Oh, we've got some pigs here, I guess, so we'll just try them. Oh! Not doing anything to the pigs. what the other thing is, does glowstone have particles? I can't even remember this. I doubt it. I doubt glowstone does. Alright, I'm going to need to check what the third one is, and also I want to check exactly the formatting of how this works. So now I've got a shield, I think, and this shield is sort of following me about. Yes, I think if I was attacked here, let me just try that quickly. Well, I could die, I suppose, but it doesn't matter. It won't be that hard to get back. Alright, well, that wasn't... Yeah, there we go, that's the shield effect. Oh yeah, that's good. See you later, mate. What is that? A lobberry? That's some? Another piece? Yeah, how about that? I think it just keeps on working like this. Obviously I'm not taking any damage, and it's hard to... Oh wait, you just got twatted. Alright, so what I'm going to do anyway, is I'm going to... Where's this guy? Meh. Okay, so... I wonder what the third one is. I do like that effect. And it seems to take a fixed charge. So that's pretty cool. It's not just going to twat a pig though, so it only works with hostile mobs. So yeah, let me just check again with some of the feature set and see what that third bar is for as well. Okay, so what's going on here then is let me just check them in. Yeah, okay. So there's a way to get the shield out. So if we press I believe, now we've got the shield active around us. If we shift and press I, it goes away. So we'll enable it just by pressing I, and there we can see the shield is now working and killing the enemies. If we then shift and right click, we send out a shockwave of particles. So you can see how that works. So you can see that's basically how that works. So just press shift and I, we'll remove that and we'll start attacking. Okay, now another thing as well that I didn't mention, and I was actually just, like I said, I was just about to look up, is the fact that we got 3 different bars here. We've got the water. I'll show you what the water one does. That was the one which I hadn't actually found. So if we just jump in the air, damn it, we're going to get a nasty potion effect. Kind of look cool though. But you can see, and this is not, I mean, I am a creative mode, but that is not because of creative mode. That is because I did that. So yeah, so it's a very cool effect. Now, like I mentioned before, the fire, we can send out fire streams like so, and they're going to return back to us. And when they do return back, you'll see that the bar actually goes back up. That's because it sort of has a sort of boomerang effect. And yeah. So it sets the enemy on fire and does a certain amount of damage. The redstone one simply does more damage. And what we can do is we can blend together. And the real thing is to use the shockwave with the shield, right? So, like I say, so we're going to which one should we activate? So yeah, I think we can, there we go, we activate the redstone shield like so. Okay, so what we're going to do is once an enemy comes along, which I'm sure is not going to be a problem here, then we can shift and right click to send out all the particles that are floating around. So we can send out a few more particles. Then we're going to shift and right click. So for instance over here, shift and right click. So we'll send out a load of particles. And we can shift and right click, sort of send them away like that. And also, as you can see, we actually do have this melee attack as well. And you can see how the particles are causing like an area of effect damage. See, we've got two at the same time there. Certain different things. But yeah, like I say, that's all really that I wanted to talk about. It's all that, I mean, it's the only thing really I think that's actually in the mod. Hold it down, and once they come back, you can see that cool effect. So activate. So here's this field activated. But yeah, so that's, I mean, that's all really I wanted to talk about. Also, the water one can actually put out fire. Let's go back to night. I just want to have a bit of fun with this. Yeah, it's nice to do that. I think the it does seem though that the shield effect, it's definitely on. I've definitely got it set. Yeah, and this is obviously to do with what I've. The shield toggle, like I say, is I. And once you get that noise, that indicates the shield has worked. So let's go take on some enemies here. And then let's try and get the blast. Just try and get them all these three. If you can. No. Like I say, it's hard to direct it, but there's sort of, it's probably actually easier to direct the fire one. Yeah. Because for some reason you can't. It's only when it's got this red selected. If I press I, it will make that noise, and then then the shield is active. Yeah, you can definitely see that was blasted away there. Yeah, you can see it blasting away. That was a clearer demonstration there of that. And then we press shift, or we crouch and press I. And that removes the shield. So I guess that is kind of clear. But it does seem to be just with the redstone. I'm not sure if it is supposed to be with the others. So if I press I here, nothing seems to happen. Crouch and press I, nothing happens. I can seem to do the blast. So I think it should be possible to, for instance, send out a load of fire particles, quickly switch to this. No, it doesn't seem to work. I was hoping I could shift and right click at that point and to send out the shock blast. So let's try that again. Send out fire blast. No. So I'm not quite sure if it's not working correctly or if I'm doing something slightly wrong. One thing I could do, I suppose, is shift and left click. That doesn't do anything, it doesn't seem like. No. Just send out a load of particles there. So let's activate the shield. It seems to be you need to have the whole lot there before the shield is able to activate. We'll go back to... There we go, back in redstone mode. Interesting. Now I can't seem to activate the shield. One thing's for sure though, I mean, certainly as a way to shoot enemies, it's very, very effective. And I think maybe I just need to try and get the hang of the yeah, I mean that time worked perfectly. Maybe we can get the particles back. It seemed to work correctly there. From the looks of it, the shield is actually active here because it's not returning to me. Yeah, as soon as I press Shift I, it did actually return to me. Let's look at this Enderman here. But yeah. There we activated the shield. And it may actually have to do with the toggling of particle mode as well, I believe. So I think that is possibly the case here. Because yeah, if I let's try Shift and K. The particle mode is definitely active, which means the shield is active at the moment. I'm pretty sure the shield is active now. Maybe not. I pressed I and the particles seem to come back. But yeah, anyway, like I say, pretty cool mod anyway, so thanks for watching.